Easton Police Sergeant Dominick Marraccini was Easton Police Officer Jesse Sollman's best friend. Marraccini modeled his career after Sollman.
He was a jokester, but more importantly, he was a cop's cop. I mean, I tried to actually model my career after his. We did very much the same similar things. He held pretty much every job that you could hold in the Easton Police Department, short of for a patrolman, and I tried to follow right in his footsteps. He was the guy that like the life of the party. He'd show up and he always had a smile on his face, but when it was time for business, it was time for business.
Memorials in the Easton Police Station remind officers of Sollman, and Marraccini has his own personal tribute.
I lost a son. My wife and I lost a son, and I actually called Karen the day that he was born to ask if it would be okay to use Jesse's name for his middle name. So that's the tattoo I have.
Marraccini and Sergeant Robert Weber, a trained EMT, tried their best to save Sollman and comfort him. It took Marraccini a long time to come to terms with his survivor's guilt.
My daughter was very young, and Bobby didn't have kids at that point, so we were both, why couldn't it have been us? Why couldn't we just trade places with them? And I think that's part of being on a team like that is you all look out for each other, and you're all expecting to bring each other home. I went through probably about a year and a half of survivor's guilt, and it took a long time for me to forgive myself for that, but Karen was very instrumental in that, his wife. She ended up, I remember being at her house one night and just apologizing profusely. She said, "It's not your fault." I said, "Well, I didn't bring him home." And she said, "Yeah, you did," meaning carrying him to the grave. So that's kind of where it settled down.